Hey folks, this is Nate from Fat Guy Squared. You can watch us on Twitch, fatguysquared.podbean.com, and also our podcast at the Google Play Store and iTunes. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and of course YouTube. If you want to send us an email, you can hit us at fatguysquared@gmail.com. And without further ado, folks, here's the show.
Fat Guy Squared.
And that's why.
What the hell?
See, Nate, you got to stop dating them random women.
Oh my God, dude, it's terrible. It's terrible. Should we show them the costumes?
I look like a 1,000 Asian men came on my face. Look at that. And that's why. What the hell?
Because you... Oh, it's my phone.
Oh, look at me. Yeah, busted my balls.
Oh my God, I really thought it was you for a change.
No, you mean like normal?
Oh my God. So this is us.
Yay.
We're dressed up. I look like a fat baby pimp in a onesie.
And I'm supposed to be Jesus, but dressed as Bob Ross. Look, I even have a paint thing.
Oh, look at that. You're adorable.
But, oh God, I can't fucking do this.
No, here we go. He's already bitching.
Look.
Oh, you look like a damn vagina. In the 1970s porn star vagina.
Yes, this should have been a merkin. Or it probably was. And all right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you noticed behind us, something brand new.
Got it.
Something brand new to our world. Yes, we got a green screen. And look what the first thing we put up there is. Fat Guy Squared.
Yeah, we're kind of a big deal.
We are now. Kiss the ring, bitch. Kiss the ring. So, just as a beginning, this is going to be a special podcast.
Why?
Why? Because there's two reasons. One, it is the 10th podcast that we put out.
Whoa.
A big deal, man. Number 10.
For us, it's a dream come true.
Yes, very big, just like me. But secondly, this is our special Halloween podcast. Now, Halloween is next Wednesday, but we will not be doing a live feed then because it's Halloween. Fuck you people. That's why.
Yeah, so what we came up with today, folks, is very simple. Okay, we told everybody we were going to be playing the game, and we are. But because of the fact that some people are not going to be watching the stream live, like on Twitch, they're going to be listening to the podcast. It's going to be very hard for them to understand that we're playing a game. So we're going to do a special. We're going to do this, which is going to be turned into a podcast so people can listen to it later. Jesus is dancing. And afterwards...
Jesus took the wheel! I can't do it.
Awkward turtle.
Now I look like Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, you kind of got like a Modest Yahoo thing going. And after this is done, we're going to go and do an hour of playing a horrible game where this green will turn into shit because I'm going to poop myself. I'm pretty sure of that.
Come on. Stop it, Nate.
I don't,
Oh, good. I saved everything. I've been having nothing but technical difficulties with everything today. And, it's like sucking a shit out of a glass dick. Never works out the way you want it to.
The hell does that even mean?
I don't know.
I got to take this hood off because it's pulling my headphones.
I got to take this fucking beard off because it's
We're
driving
falling
me
apart.
fucking nut. Oh, God, I got so many fucking pubes in my mouth right now. Yeah.
Oh, God, what are we doing with our lives?
This was your bright fucking idea.
We are. Oh, and as we're doing this, I'm posting something on Snapchat. Whoa. This is how it goes down, people. Woo woo.
Okay, because that really helps. Looks like your face is on fire.
Why does it look like that? Look, dude,
I don't know.
if you look at the green screen, because it's picking up these dark greens, it looks like my right arm got shot a lot.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty good. We're going to paint ourselves green and disappear.
Oh, my God, that'd be great.
This is a terrible opening. I apologize, folks.
Oh, this is awesome. I like it. We wing it. That's what we do.
You know what it is? It's this fucking beard's fucking me up. Guys, I'll keep the hair on, but I'm getting rid of the
Yeah,
beard.
I can't believe it. He's getting rid of it.
It's driving me nuts. Here, you put it on.
Okay.
Oh. Just like in life, I've lost everything. Here we go. Mr. Carter! No, you never watched that?
No.
You look like a gay seven. You got a bouffant. What the hell?
But if you look on directly on there, it kind of looks like I'm wearing one of those Russian things.
You look like Grizzly Adams.
Let's see.
Oh, my God. That's terrible.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
You know who I look like? I look like, what's that dwarf from Lord of the Rings?
That dwarf. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ghibli?
Ghibli?
You ever seen Lord of the Rings?
Sure. Let's go with yes.
Yeah, okay, that's what I feel like I look like right now.
Ghibli. Is that what his name is?
Yeah.
All right, folks. So, you know what? We're starting this off terribly slow, and I apologize.
This is awesome. I don't care.
Let me do the beginning here. Deaths. Lots of deaths.
Okay.
Okay. And this is the last time I'm doing this. Last live cast for October.
Shit. It was down here. It just shot up into my nose.
That's what was happening to me, man. All right. So, big one that maybe our parents would know is Ed Sullivan.
No way.
Yeah, he died at 73 in 74.
That's terrible.
Try saying that 7 times fast.
73 is 74.
There you go. Shut up,
Okay.
dick. All right, so he died of old age. Nothing special there. You know, wah, wah.
Womp womp.
So the other one I figured you would appreciate because it's Halloween. Let me see if you know who this is. Milton S. Hershey.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. I love chocolate.
I like chocolate.
I like to touch rusty spoons. Do you remember that?
Did you say you like to touch rusty spoons?
You don't remember that guy?
I don't.
This is what he did. His name was Salad Fingers. He did videos. He would grab the spoon and he would just go, I like to touch rusty spoons. And then you'd hear, It was so creepy.
Shit.
We'll have to put one of those videos on one day.
Okay, here's the one from way back in the day. You probably wouldn't know who this is. You know who Claudius is?
That dude.
Okay, so he paid attention so well in high school, didn't he?
Caesar?
Yes, during the same time.
All right, see, I'm getting somewhere.
After the original Caesar got assassinated by his cabinet, Claudius came into power.
Okay.
And, fuck was that?
Jesus Christ.
Goddamn neighbors are
I
fucking up
jumped.
again.
I jumped.
We're starting early tonight. All right, sorry about that. Can't help the fact that neighbors are baking stuff.
I mean, we got headphones on, and that was intense.
Right.
The neighbor dead?
So, now, Claudius is from the era of AD to BC AC.
Before Christ, after Christ.
Yeah. So he was there. He was the emperor during that time. And 54 AD is when he expired.
Okay.
And, he was 44 years old, according to what they wrote down.
Okay.
Okay. And you know how he died?
Got bit by an asp?
No. You've been watching way too many TV shows.
Wasn't that Caesar? Didn't Caesar get killed by an asp?
No.
No, he got stabbed.
Caesar got killed by his cabinet, the people who was in charge. Yeah, okay. Let's do it the special way. Yeah, you sound like
Imagine that. Imagine in the final scenes of Halloween. Wouldn't have been as it's so anticlimactic.
This cast is not going well at all. Anyway, his wife poisoned him. They believe his wife poisoned him.
That's a bad day.
That was a bad day, yeah, you know. So don't get married. That's ultimately
That's
what
the
this
moral of the
means.
story? Okay.
Yes. And then the last but not least, this one's a big one.
Okay.
This guy was he was big into the 30s, 20s, 30s area. And he was a magician.
I know.
The most widely known magician in the world, even to today.
Houdini?
Houdini.
Houdini.
So he died in 1926. So when I said the 30s, that was completely and utterly wrong.
It was?
Yes.
Okay.
He died Halloween Day in 1926 at 52 years old. But he didn't die the way a lot of people thought he did. They thought
Oh, I know. I think.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I think he died from internal. Was it? I think. Was it his liver or his spleen was bleeding out and poisoning his system?
Pretty much he died of inflammation in the stomach, yeah.
Do you know why though?
Because he was big into taking cannonballs to the stomach or something. Oh, he got punched in the stomach. That's what it was.
What he used to do, because nobody wanted magicians back then.
Oh, yeah.
So he would say to them, listen, I'm unstoppable. I'll tell you what, you give me your best guy, you have him punch me in my stomach. If I don't fall down, you let me do the show. And so these owners of these big places would go and get the biggest guy they could and say, just nail him with everything you got. And if he didn't fall down, they'd go, all right, well, let's put him in the show.
And that's why Houdini now has a ride at Six Flags. It's the only air-conditioned ride that they have.
I'm sorry, the chaotic ego just wrote in, draw me like one of your French girls. Yes, mademoiselle.
Which one are you talking to? Because Leonardo never had a beard, but he did have some curly-ass hair.
God, I can only imagine if somebody pulled down their pants in the 60s, that's what it looked like.
This looks like a dick should be sticking out, right?
Oh, my God. You look like Corey Matthews from Boy Meets World.
Oh, no. Come on, Topanga, let's go.
Oh, my God, I would do horrible things.
Oh, okay. She was, you know what? She's from my era, too, so it's okay. I could talk about it. But, man, I would do definitely bad things to her. Oh, unicorn? That's awesome. All right, so I'm not going to give, well, you know, I guess I'm going to have to because it's a part of it. The second part of this podcast, we're going to be playing a horror game, as we discussed earlier. That horror game is called... What's it called?
Outlast.
Outlast. That was... What the fuck?
I don't know.
Anyway, so...
I got a beard.
Yeah, you got a beard. So anyway, we're going to be playing Outlast, and I decided that we're going to be talking about, being that it's a Halloween special and so on and so forth, we're going to be talking about shit that happened in insane asylums. And, you know, we can expand from there, but ultimately, insane asylums.
I got stories for days.
He's got stories for days. Okay, so, first story is close to home, and it's from Dartmouth.
Yes. Oop. So let me... There you go. There you go, folks. It's in our background now.
Yay!
So this is out of Danvers, Massachusetts.
Danvers, not Dartmouth. I apologize.
I had a friend of mine who was a weirdo, and he liked to take photos of insane asylums. And he said, dude, I got some asbestos masks. Let's go to this place, because all these places have, like, wicked asbestos and lots of lead paint.
Oh, yeah. It looks like it's very warming.
Yeah.
Inviting, really.
And I didn't know much about it, so I did a little research. So apparently in the United States, this is where they pretty much, the highlight of where they did lobotomizations, or lobotomies, which for people who don't know, it's kind of like where they take a 1-foot spike, metal spike, and they put it in the corner right next to your nose, into your eye, and they jam it in there, and they kind of swivel it like they're making scrambled eggs.
Sweet!
And it pretty much makes you live, but your emotionlessness. So you don't scream, you don't shout, you don't cry, you don't have pain, you don't have anything. It's just a certain cortex of your brain that gets shattered, and terrible things.
This is also, if I can remember correctly, the second season of American Horror Story was based off of this property?
I could have. I never watched American Horror Story, but I have heard rumors that was the case.
I remember very distinctly, because I did enjoy that show, that this was, that this is where they were doing lobotomizations and things like that.
I'm going to show you guys another picture. This is a better picture in the background. This is what it looked like when I went into it.
Sorry, my pubes are in the way.
We'll just do this. There you go.
Ooh.
So, yeah, needless to say, this is pretty much what it looked like.
Look at that. Look at there. Look at the, right in the middle, all the shit that's right there.
This
that
one?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, this
Wow,
was a
look
whole
at that.
Yep.
Oh, they can't see it again. God damn it.
Oh, there we go. We'll do that.
We're still trying with this green screen. The green screen, folk.
Well, because I'm afraid to click on it because, see, it brings me to some random website, and it's going to be
Oh,
bad.
it gives you the history of the Denver's thing, man. Wait a minute, hold it.
Oh, yeah.
Son of a bit.
Hey, look at this. So, in that case.
Luxury living equals luxury living. What the hell?
So, the reason why they say that is because since then, they redid all of them, and they turned them into apartments.
No fucking way.
Seriously. And I would not go to it. I don't care. But let me scroll down a little.
When was it established? It looked like 1844?
1874 it started construction.
Okay. Oh, wait. Salem witch trials. It's Danvers, Massachusetts, home of the widely known Salem witch trials. Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, so this is the aerial view, folks, of the entire thing.
Wow, that's a big campus.
Let me see if I can. No, that good. Yeah, it's huge. So how we got into it, because everything was boarded up. So you couldn't just I'm going to go through the front door and go through the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
And as you can see, it is massive. Like people, before the cops really got involved in shutting people down on this, you could walk in and people would spend nights because they can't go through the whole thing in one day.
No, God, no.
And so let me see if I can show. This is a picture from back in the day. This is the interior and how it was. So I believe all right, so right here it says they started admitting patients in 1878. It had a 450 patient limit, and they kept expanding it and expanding it. I think they closed it down in the here we go. They closed it down in 1992.
Ah, good.
Problem was, when they closed it down in 92, they just let the people out.
Yeah.
So
is that why Mass is so populated with nice people?
That's the reason, honest to God. So they just let them out, and that's why a lot of people, if near this area, there's a lot of homeless for
no
obvious
kidding.
reasons. So what a lot of people, let me see if I can show it, if they have it on view.
Is there any reason why it looks like a bunch of birds flying?
Okay, we're going to get to this in a second. So this place is so massive that back here, there's a cemetery.
Okay.
They had their own cemetery for the people who passed away in here.
Oh, wow.
So they were doing a lot of electroshock therapy. They were doing a lot of lobotomizing, like a lot of off-the-grid shit to try to figure out what...
This looks like fun. Let's shove a spike in their face.
Yeah, I got to take this off so I can concentrate.
Oh, really? Are you finding it hard?
So when we got there, it's kind of a funny story. So if you...
I feel naked without my hat.
So let me see. If you follow this...
Looks like there's some water damage there.
Let me see. Was it here? It was okay on the backside.
Dude,
So-
you are a terrible tour guide.
I'm sorry. So on this backside, folks, there's a hill. And I'm talking a hill. Like just down.
Okay.
Okay, and then you get to this field, and then there's a field, then a special needs building, and then across the street is a grocery store.
All right.
And then about a quarter mile down the road, there's Danvers Police, and across the street from that, the state police. So, let's move forward.
Oh, yes.
Me and my buddy went here.
You and your buddy went down?
We got to take it there.
You said it there. I didn't take it there.
So we went to this facility. We climbed up the hill, and we got to right here.
All right.
Okay, and then we searched along to this side over here. Over here, by this water tower, there's this building.
Oh, that's inviting.
Okay?
Wraparound porch. Why not put a chair?
So we did research on it, and this building is where the nurses stayed.
Okay.
In the basement of this, there's a doorway. The doorway leads to a tunnel. The tunnel goes underground to, going towards this main drag.
Which makes sense.
So they did it because they didn't want the nurses to have to walk up in public and deal with them all the way. So they would just allow them to go in and out.
There is a campus, not to cut you off, but there's a
Sure.
campus in Rhode Island, one of the major institutions over in eastern part of Providence.
Is it Providence College?
No, I'm talking about a insane asylum.
Oh, well, Providence College used to be one.
Oh, okay. Well,
And they have the tunnel system there.
well, this particular same exact style campus, and literally the tunnel system is exactly that, except they used to keep all the criminally insane people in the basements in this particular property.
Yeah.
And you would go down there, and it's still actively being used as, storage and things like that. They don't put people down there. But the rooms are size of little closets.
So this is one of the most terrifying moments of my life. Because we went through and we were dropping little glow sticks
I got you.
in the tunnel system because we want to make sure we know our way out because it's a tunnel and there's outputs to the tunnel. So
I got you.
So we went through there and there was like weird shit when we got into the main building.
Well, you got to remember, too. I mean, just because they closed in 92 doesn't mean it. I guarantee you there's still shit from 1936 in this place.
Oh, yeah. There was like
You know what I mean?
wheelchairs.
Oh, yeah.
There was wheelchairs. There was stretchers. And the room that you come into is the mortuary.
Oh, God. Help me.
So my buddy has a great idea. He goes, Nate, you should totally allow me to open the door and you should slide in and I could take a picture of you in like, the morgue where they put the
Nope.
dead bodies.
Nope.
And I was like, oh, dude, yeah, that'd be stupid cool. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Not at all.
Nope.
Not at all. Because he closed the door and it locked.
Could he get it open?
Yeah, well, I'm here.
Oh, well, no, that doesn't mean. Dude, for all I know, you could have been that lost little fat kid sitting in there. And
Well, I'm wicked claustrophobic.
You and me both.
So he closed it, and you heard the click, and I was like, bro. And he's like, I'm trying. And for some reason, the kid was genuinely pulling, and it wasn't. And then all of a sudden, about 2 minutes later, it just opened.
Yep, fuck you. I'm out.
So at this point, I was like, bro, I'm thinking we should go back.
Yeah,
and
right.
he's like, dude, it's an hour away from home. We drove all the way here.
No, I tell you what. How about you climb in there and stay in there a minute or two, huh?
So I was like, fine, but we're going to walk around the main building. And I said, you don't leave my side. And so he's like, all right. So we're walking around the main building. As I said, we see wheelchairs on its side. We found like a little seance area where like creepy like 666 devil worshiper people did their thing. We found like dead cats and just weird shit.
Dead cats.
Yeah, it was terrible. So all of a sudden we saw, we heard a car. So we look out what was a window probably in this area.
All right.
Okay, and there was a cop right here.
They saw you going in.
So we're like, fuck. So we got to bounce. So we went running back. We got to the tunnel. Now, mind you, it's only been like 25, 30 minutes. Guess what? All the glow sticks are gone. So,
you sure they're gone and just not burnt out?
dude, at this point in my life, I don't care.
Because, I mean, maybe.
In my head, I'm thinking some creepy dude took them and I'm going to get raped by a ghost. That's the only thing going through my head.
So showing off where you lived years ago, Nathan.
Yes, Dad, that's it. So,
Oh, he's talking about how he got so scared he forgot to pick up the burnt out glow sticks.
yes. So we got back to this building over here in this back corner.
I got you.
Sorry, this
The,
building.
the nursing building.
The nursing building.
All right.
And when we went out the nursing building, there was a cop coming around this side. Oh,
Oh, good. Now you just subscribed to something.
what did I do? I didn't mean it. Okay. So this side was where the cop was.
Yep.
Now.
Yep.
So we see the cop, and it was a cop and a security guard. Dude, my buddy Chris, this is what he does. We're in the middle of the road. We look to the right. The cop and security guard are there, and they go, stop. And my buddy Chris goes, yeah, fuck you, buddy. So now what you got to understand is Chris is half of me.
Oh, good.
Okay? And he's a Marine.
I think I just broke my mic.
God damn it. We can't have nice things. So he's half of me. He's a Marine. He's in great shape. So if you guys remember, what I say the hill looks like.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
incline.
Yeah.
Now, he's skinny, I'm fat. He jumps like off, I kid you not, jumps off, grabs a tree like this, rolls around and keeps going. Okay? I do the same thing.
He thinks.
I think in my head, I'm Jean-Claude Van Damme. Okay?
In your head, you're actually Gene.
I hit the tree just like he did, except I didn't turn. I didn't turn, and I fell, and I rolled and rolled.
You're talking about Newton's first law of relativity. You realize that, right?
Yep. And so I finally catch up to him only because my buddy Chris was stuck in a bush. Best part about this is before we even went out there, walking towards the building, we were in the car. I had a butterfly knife.
Oh, God.
And he said, dude, what if we get caught by the cops? Keep your butterfly knife in the car.
Yep.
And I'm like, F you, dude. If there's a ghost in there, I'm going to stab it with my butterfly knife.
What you going to do with Have you never understood what...
Anytime you see somebody stabbing...
What kind of weird mental state were you in that you think stabbing a ghost was going to work?
Here, it was, along with Van Damme, okay? So, this is what I did. He's stuck in the bush, and I go like this. I'm going to pull up my little knife, and I'm cutting him out. And I was like, oh, yeah, who brought a stupid little knife? Huh? And meanwhile, the cops are still back up here going, just wait, just stop. And, like, we're not going to stop because we know that's a bad idea.
And as you admit live on a video feed that you've just
come and get me, Popo. So, needless to say, we went down this path, okay? We got to the field, except see how this is like a deserted field?
Yeah.
When we went through it, it was full of corn.
Oh, well, at least you had something to hide in.
No, bro, because have you ever ran through it?
I've ran through corn before.
It is not fun.
You ever watched the movie Children of the Corn? That fucking movie terrified me.
Oh, my God. So we got there, and at this point, I'm probably on my deathbed because I have just done my workout for the past 6 months.
He ran for a quarter mile, and he's done.
So if you keep going, see, all right, so over here in this white area, there was a fence after the field. So we jumped the fence.
Yep.
Guess what's going on?
What?
Special Olympics.
Oh, God.
So me and...
Well, you blended in then.
Me and Chris run through a Special Olympics event. We get to the car.
Did you get a medal?
No, we didn't get a medal. Got to the car. I get in the passenger seat. He's in the driver's seat, and this is me. Dude, I sound like Darth Vader, all right? And my buddy Chris, he's like, dude, are you okay? I'm like, dude, I can't breathe. Man. And we see more cops fly by.
Yeah.
So we're in there, and I'm like, dude, just give me a minute, man. Just give me a minute. So he's like, all right. So about 2 minutes pass. I'm finally catching my breath. And he's like, all right, you ready to go back? Fuck you, dude. That's not happening.
There's 37 fucking cops over there. You really want me to go back?
So then we went to, on the way home, we stopped at the Foxborough State Insane Asylum.
Foxborough, let's say that again?
Foxborough State Insane Asylum, which is now condos and a police barracks.
They turn condos into fucking everything, man.
But that one, we found out there's a tunnel that leads to the sewer system under a Dairy Queen.
A Dairy Queen?
Yeah, because I guess back in the day, the Dairy Queen wasn't there. They used to keep vans to transport. And my dad used to work. Did you know this about my father?
I know your dad worked at one point.
He worked at an insane asylum.
Really?
Rentham State, yeah. And he used to tell me horror stories about, like, for instance, there was a little girl, okay, that he had as a patient. And he used to tell me this little girl who was short. I don't know what her age was or anything like that, but short and skinny. But I don't know if there was tests done or there was something wrong with her. Took my dad and threw him across the room. Now, you know my dad's not a small man.
Well, I mean, he wasn't a big man either. So
yeah, but he's not your size. But he took him and threw him like a rag doll. That's terrifying to me.
People with I don't mean to be rude to people with special needs, but people with special needs are insanely strong.
Why?
You know what? They are. I don't know. You're talking to the wrong person on that one.
I just never understood it. That's all. I'm not saying anything wrong by it. I'm just saying I don't understand it, where they get that strength from.
A new segment that we're working on. We don't got an opening yet, though we would love to have one shortly. It's called Nate's Corner or Nate's Stories or Nate's. Basically, Nate's talking about stories about his life, where Nate is currently in the dating field of life, and he subscribes to a large amount of singles websites, eHarmony.
That's actually you. Out of all of them that I have, that's actually one I don't have.
You don't. All right. So
Bumble,
swimmingwiththefish.com.
Plenty of Fish. OK Cupid. Hinge is my new favorite one.
Hinge. Well, you know, you need a website.
And
for
Tinder,
all.
of course. We got to have Tinder.
Now, which one's the Tinder? Oh, gee, look, I went limp. I went limp. You see that? I went limp.
Thank God you're not in the dating scene.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting it up again. All right. So I know you like the new one, but which one's the hookup one? Is that Tinder?
Tinder's the hookup one.
That's the hookup one. All
I
right.
don't really use that one.
No. Well, you try to find a love of your life, a lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the deal. We're going to ask Nate for a single story.
Okay.
And Nate, take it away, sir.
So I was dating a stripper.
Oh, good. Let's start with... All right, Nate, shut up. We got a whole lot of story to cover here.
No,
All right, so you were dating a stripper.
no, I went on a date with... Actually, you know what? We're not going to do that one.
Oh, you know, why?
Because it's... Let's talk about the one who left me alone with her kids.
Oh. Wait, we had that discussion
Oh, did
already. Didn't you bring that up
I did.
once?
I did. All right, I guess we'll do stripper.
All right, stripper it is.
So I went, I met this girl, and she was way hot, like way out of my league hot. And I talked to her, but I said, you know, I'm going to give it a shot. And she, whenever I brought up, you know, what she does for a living, she goes, oh, I don't tell. And I was like, okay, why? And she's like, guys can be weird, and I just don't feel like, you know, releasing that information at this time.
And that's at the point where Nate went, okay, you're not going to talk anymore.
Sorry,
I saw it on the table and I went, oh, I got to try it somewhere.
This is going to work.
I got to do it somewhere.
So I said, all right, that's fine, whatever. Some people are weird about that, and that's cool. I can deal with it. So I said, what do you want to do? You want to go out to eat? She's like, sure. So we went out to eat. Had a good time. And then afterwards, afterwards we went, we just hung out in the car, and we were listening to music.
Was it 3 seconds of shame and hoping for the best or what?
No, it was, so we were in the car hanging out, and we were just talking about life in general, and she's like, do you want to go to my place? And I'm like, what? She's like, so do you want to have sex? I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, in my head, she's like, wicked hot.
Okay.
Like she's hot. And I was like, oh, yeah. And she's like, that'll be $100, and that's only because I really like you, and I think you're an awesome guy.
Oh.
And I'm like, wait, what?
Dude, that's not a stripper. That's called a hooker.
Well, come to find out, she is a stripper.
Okay.
As well, you know, multitasking.
You didn't tell her that you're a senior citizen? Should you try to give it a discount?
No. So, yeah, that's it in a nutshell. I didn't pay the $100. I want to make that very clear. I saw your brain ticking.
I was going to ask it. Like, wait a minute. I got a coupon. Wait a minute.
I got a coupon.
What is that thing? BOGO, not a BOGO, a
Groupon.
Groupon. All right, so
ask away.
All right, the first question I have is, you found out she was a stripper after she propositioned you to have sex.
That is correct.
Okay, at that point, did you say to her?
To my defense, well, why am I holding your?
I don't know.
Paintbrush?
I don't know.
I did find out though through the meal that she was a dancer, but I did not know what type.
Okay. See, first off, I would have spent half that money going to the titty bar she works at and getting a handy in the back room then.
No, not my father raised me better than that.
Yeah, he did. He raised you. He went, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Jeez. So I didn't. Nothing happened. I did find out what spot she works at.
Oh, good. Just have a little reunion.
No, I haven't. I haven't seen her.
Haven't seen her.
Well,
Now let me ask you a question, man to man. Ladies, don't listen to this because it's sexist and wrong, and that's how that goes. Was she worth $100 or what?
looks wise, she was. If I just based it on her looks, she was worth $500.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, then that means Nathan has a terrible.
Yo,
terrible-
Mama Fox. Sorry. I'm sorry.
She's catching the 13 minutes of the last part of this.
Oh. Yeah, it was. But because here's the thing: like even when I found out she was a dancer, I thought, oh my God, she's got to be a stripper.
Yeah, yeah. This is the first thing everybody thinks.
And
of.
so I was like, but my boy always taught me, you can't judge.
No,
Can't judge.
Can't judge anybody. But if she sits there and does the splits and goes, okay, $100, then you got to judge somebody. I'm sorry, it's like I would have asked for at least for a preview. I need 13 minutes. Give me for an hour, $100 an hour. Give me 15 minutes for like 5, and well,
fair enough.
I don't even need that much. I want to cuddle.
You want to cuddle? You don't look like a cuddler. Are you a cuddler?
At times, I get moody and wanna spoon with the wife, but it's weird when I'm the little spoon.
I mean, I've seen your wife. She's like tiny.
I told you it's weird when I'm the little spoon.
That's so awkward.
Hey, men need a cuddle occasionally. I love the fact that my arm falls asleep and what have you. We're watching a good movie or something. I get close to her. And I mean, ultimately, I'm trying to get some, but in her mind, I'm just trying to be loving. So that's a plus.
I get you.
Yeah, and I just ruined it, so now I gotta not cuddle anymore.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nate.
No problem.
So anyway, all right, we're coming to the end of this episode. Again, I want to give you a few extra minutes, folks. We didn't really get too far the last time around because the powers that be told us to go fuck ourselves for a very short amount of time. So we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, and we're going to come back with a video game.
We're going to be playing live video game.
A live video game.
I'm so nervous.
And we're going to be continuing the discussion as we play. But it's not really going to work out so well on a podcast side. So for those of you who are just coming in.
I think we'll still put it up.
Oh, we can, but we're going to note that it is a video of us playing a game. And it's not going to be as much dialogue as I would hope. So, I don't know if it'll work out. People might like it. I don't know. They're just going to hear you scream and whimper.
It's going to be even funnier for the podcast. They're going to just hear, is that what I and think that I got murdered.
Blow the speakers out of everything. So
it's going to be bad.
Well, we're going to try it out first time. We got a green screen for those folks who are just joining us now.
Yep.
And, we're going to give it a shot. And like I said, we will definitely we'll make this happen. And if people like it, if it's a comedic kind of thing, then we'll continue to do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But, Twitch has never been my main focus. It's been Nate's, and for good reason, because it's great to get to know people.
It gives a lot of interactive.
I am definitely more the podcast side of person. But in situations like this, I mean, we're going to try to utilize it to the best of its ability.
Mama over here, what is that? Oh, don't play that. Do not play that.
Well,
she clipped it. That son of a bitch. She's clipping. She's clipping things. I told you she's the clipper.
Oh, no, you know why? Because we got 1,000 clips of you. Is it me or is it you? Is this me or you?
So she was the one that taught me because she's a big Twitch streamer.
Yep.
So shout out to Mama Firefox. I'm sorry, Mama Foxfire.
He's dyslexic too, as we keep saying.
And I had to stop like playing a game and being in a chat with her because the whole time this is what I hear. Yeah. So I'm climbing up this mountain. And I'm like, I know you are. She's like, no, I got to tell the viewers. And I'm like, yeah, but why are you saying it? Yeah, and then I'm going to jump over this fence. I get you're jumping. That's good. You're jumping.
Well, I mean, does she podcast too, or is
No.
it just, oh, so.
Just Twitch.
Wait a minute. So you're physically showing a live video and you're explaining what you're doing as you're doing the live video?
Yes. And the funniest thing about her is she'll be like in an intense fight and she'll be like, ugh. Oh, I hate this, blah, 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 blah. And somebody will jump in and say hello to her. So you got to picture this. She'll be like, oh, I hate this, blah, blah, blah. Oh, hi, Snagglepuss. Blah, 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 blah.
Is she the one who plays the gay Lord of the Rings game?
She does play that as well, but she plays games like RuneScape.
Oh, I like RuneScape, actually.
You missed this on Friday. We had like 5 people twitching. And we were
well, you guys got to stop drinking caffeine.
And we were playing an online version of Cards Against Humanity.
Oh my God!
It was so much fun. I recommend it to anybody. And
she's saying, "Wait for what? What are we waiting for? What's the gay?"
Oh! Gay Lord of the Rings is Dark and Light.
Okay, let me give you an example, folks. Okay, now Nate is a Twitch streamer. Your name?
Sniper XXX.
Okay, we're not going into that again, but he was playing a game. Okay, he was playing a game that involved him running around shirtless, fighting owls and looking for loot and
chopping trees.
Chopping trees
with
now,
no clothes.
No clothes on, except but he's shirtless the entire time. And I go, this is kind of a gay game. What are we doing? And he's sitting there talking all manly and macho, and the dude has pants on with no shirt. And I go, do you play the whole game this way? And he goes, oh, absolutely. And I go, oh, God. Here we go.
It's kind of like if Brokeback Mountain was a video game.
That doesn't help.
Oh.
That doesn't help at all.
Not at all? No, not at all, okay.
I mean, why would you run around without a shirt on, for one? Secondly, just not. I've since found out that you can put clothes on. You just refuse to do it.
And she's a great gamer in general. And if she sucks, she still tries.
Yeah.
I will tell you though. I know you hate the game. She is the worst Rocket League player ever.
It's not that I hate the game. It's too repetitious. There's nothing there. You play about 10 minutes of it and you fall asleep.
We played 7 or 8 games.
Okay. And I don't know how
this,
long
I
the
think,
game
by the
is
way,
though.
I want to make this known. I think she actually set a record.
How long is a game, though?
5 minutes in-game, but real life, it's probably 10 or 15.
Okay, yep.
Okay, so we played that. You should have heard me. The ball would land in front of her car. Touch it. Touch the fucking ball. And she would just go, ah! And then move to the side. She spent 8 games not touching the ball. She did not get a point. I'm not talking like a score. You get points for hitting the ball.
Okay.
She had none.
Okay, was that the first time she's played the game?
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Statistics say she should have hit it by default.
Hey, don't worry about it. If you play the game, you know what? He's just an asshat because he's about to start. I tell you what, do me a favor. Log back in another minute because this dude's going to lose his shit. Okay?
It's not going to be fun.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to log off. We're about to end today's podcast. But please, come back. We'll be back on in like 5 minutes. We both got to powder our noses. And we're going to come back and play Outlast.
I will not be playing.
He will be playing. He will be
I'm
playing.
Not.
Okay, we tested this last week, and this fucking guy lost his mind 13 seconds into it.
Dude,
we're not
okay.
even in the place. We're driving to it, and he's going, oh, this is not okay.
And what we'll
this
do,
is not okay.
We'll start the game from scratch just so they can experience what I experienced.
Oh, God.
And I will tell you, Mama, if you get the chance to get this game, this is a good game for you to Twitch stream because you will wake up your kids screaming. I had nightmares.
He's such a pussy.
Because he's an asshole.
Such a pussy. All right. So you know what? Every week, Nate, how'd this week go? Not so well. Yeah. This was a fucking week.
I mean, the system crashed.
Yeah, twice, mind you.
Twice?
It did twice to us. So, but we did get a green screen, so yay! So,
if you want to know the game, Mama, because you just put what game is it, if you want to know the game, jump back in 5 minutes and we'll tell you.
All right. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time, and we'll see you in a few.
In the words of the Asian guy from Hangover, Toodaloo, motherfucker.